After a late scare, the Detroit Lions hang on and win against the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If you are new to this channel, we talk all things about the Detroit Lions and the little Y for yes and for no stuff on this channel. So if that's your type of thing, quick videos, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Detroit Lions beat the Indianapolis Colts with a score of 27-26 after a failed two-point conversion by the Indianapolis Colts. I don't really think that there are losers in this particular game. I think that there is more of standouts. It's a lot to talk about. I am going to come off the top on this video and just kind of remember the things that I saw. I got to start off the video by saying that Tom Kennedy is a lock, in my opinion, to make this team. There's no way he doesn't after two catches, two touchdown catches, one that he actually jumped over a guy who he was shorter than to make a catch. So Tom Kennedy, in my honest opinion, is going to be wide receiver number 5. Wide receiver number 6 is going to come down between probably Trinity Benson and Quintez Cephas. Now, Trinity Benson made some good catches. I don't want to say that he was a loser. Like I said, it was a couple of not necessarily losers. It was a couple of guys that really didn't play that well. Number 76 for the Detroit Lions offensive line. But let me go back real quick. Trinity Benson stepped up, made some great catches. Maurice Alexander, he probably won't make the team coming from the USFL. He was packing boxes at UPS in December, but he played well. But I got to say that Trinity Benson makes this team. But you could really see early in the game the lack of height when it came to our wide receivers. You had Pimpleton, Raymond, and then you had Tom Kennedy, and I don't think any of those guys are over 6 feet, so you can really see the lack of height and how it affected the team. Now, if we go to the defensive side of the ball, the standout on the defensive side of the ball was no doubt Austin Bryant. Austin Bryant was kind of in the same boat as Deshaun Hand. We cut Deshaun Hand last year, and then Austin Bryant came up and really kind of made a name for himself and solidified himself on this team. And I think he had a couple of sacks today. So Austin Bryant was my standout on the defensive side. Jeff Okudah played well. Craig Reynolds played well. It's going to be a tough cut down. Now, the Detroit Lions do have to cut down from 85 to 80 by Tuesday, and then that's when the big cut is going to come in. David Blau had a turnover, kind of a tip drill, a pass that he could have thrown a little bit lower, got tipped in the air, and intercepted. I think that was the one turnover for the Detroit Lions during this game. In my opinion, this is two things that I know walking away from this game is that David Blau has to be the number 2 and that Tom Kennedy makes this team. Another thing is I think Craig Reynolds he has to be running back number 3. I think Jackson played well also. Godwin had a nice run. So everybody kind of played well today. Now, James Houston on the defensive side of the ball, he was getting pancaked every single play. But it was a lot of good things that I saw. Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be a star. I think it's already there. We saw the Hard Knocks. We already saw that and I saw today, he was everywhere. He was everywhere. I am impressed that the Detroit Lions offense, even the second and third offensive line, look very well. It appears as though we will be able to put up points. And like I said, that's going to have to compensate for the defense. And speaking of defense, that second and third level is going to be probably violated throughout the year. And our pass rush is going to play a huge part on as far as winning games. And I said before, it's going to take that defensive line to help us win games. The Lions' run D tightened up today. Now, mobile quarterbacks is still going to be a problem, and I don't know why they were blitzing so much because they were not getting to the quarterback when they did that, and it would leave the middle of the field and the secondary open. But the Detroit Lions run defense was did very well today, a lot better than last week. But like I said, you can see that mobile quarterbacks are going to be a problem. So overall, the Lions played very well today, got the win. And even though wins and losses doesn't mean anything record-wise, it still felt good. And this time we were on the opposite side of that. The defense stood firm and was able to cause an incompletion on that two-point conversion. There are no ties in preseason football, so there's really no reason not to try to win the game. Wins and losses don't mean anything. I saw a lot of good things today from the Detroit Lions and from people who are fighting for spots. Maurice Alexander, he stepped up. So I think walking away from preseason game number 2, you've got to put it like this, that David Blau needs to be number 2. that the running back order will be DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds, and I probably will put Jackson in there before I put Jefferson in there. As far as the wide receiver room, I think it's going to be Jamison Williams, DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You're going to have Tom Kennedy, and then maybe Quintez Cephas. Now, if Jamison Williams starts the season or misses half the season, then maybe that's when a Trinity Benson would come in or something like that. But I think our wide receiver room is going to be nice compared to how it was last year. Special teams, too, was a standout. Maurice Alexander had 2 big kickoff returns, and I think that helped him to maybe edge out a place on special teams because remember, Dan Campbell looks for your ability to step up on special teams. So the Lions played overall well. We had been hearing in camp that the Lions were getting dominated most of their joint practices. But today, the Lions did most of the dominating. I think they had time of possession. They had more running yards. They had a better overall game, but they still have a lot of the stuff that they need to work on. So Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, all these guys, they really, really improved this team over the first game. And I think that we're going to see even more improvement in the final game. Now, the thing is, will we see Jared Goff? Will we see any starters at all when it comes to that third preseason game? Leave it in the comments below. How do you feel after this game against the Indianapolis Colts? Do you feel better than you did last week? I do. I still see those same holes that I saw last week when it comes to the defense in the secondary. But our defensive line is going to be what makes or breaks, I'm telling you, this defense. So watch out for that. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. I appreciate all the well wishes in the comment section of my last video. Could not get in front of you guys yesterday. Just was not feeling that well. But I'm feeling a lot better today. And I think I'm kind of on the back half of this thing. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully can get out. I just did not have the strength to live stream today, but we will definitely be on next Sunday as the Lions conclude the preseason, and then we'll have the cut down to the 53-man roster a few days after that. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you again. And as always, go Lions.